Yes, sir. It sounds like. Shout out to the whole front porch. The D&D. My man Booby. Be home soon. Boy, what's good? Hey, true. Shout out to Fest. They stay pop. They pretty good. They clean cash. They might. They one more time. They might. Let's go. Yeah. We outside. We outside, a little two-step, shout out to clean cash, my man Shoe, hey, boy, we be home soon, hey, a little bit, my line, hey, drop it. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, front porch, we outside. I promise just a little bit. We outside. Hey. Let's go. Hey, it's just a little bit, boy. We outside. Hey, front porch, here comes the ice cream truck. They got here for days. Here comes the ice cream truck. Boy, one way up. Here comes the ice cream truck. We outside. Hey, call me with your workers on the tangle in between. The body so soft, it's all ice cream. The city's like banana girl and ass like chocolate girl. Hey, call me with your workers on the tangle in between. The body so soft, it's all ice cream. The city's like banana girl and ass like chocolate girl. Hey, hey, Southside by 31 flavor. Hey. She got 31 flavors. Hey. And front porch got 31 flavors. Hey. And Southside got 31 flavors. Oh, hey, here comes the ice cream truck.
First opened in 2017. Here's a look inside the one-of-a-kind setting for football. That is Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, the home of the Falcons. The punter, Bradley Pinion, will handle kickoff duties. And off we go here in Atlanta. The return team going to let that one go. Go through the end zone. It's a touchback. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Right to the air goes Daniels. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet it just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Man in motion is Brown. On the give, it's Robinson. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down. Going to be a Commander's 1st down. They managed to convert. That'll keep the drive alive.
A little test of wills up front, huh, Mike? I mean, who wanted this one more? Who would get off the line quicker? Who would drive the other side backwards? Pretty impressive that not only are they the ones that won the battle, the defense knew what was coming and still couldn't stop it.
Daniels now on 1st down. He finds the veteran Ertz. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Daniels to throw on 2nd down. That's caught by Eckler. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Seventh play of this opening drive, and here's 3rd down. They'll run it here with Robinson. He will have the Commanders' 1st down as they move the chains on 3rd down.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
Here's 1st and 10. Short pass taken in by the tight end. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Second and 7. To throw is Daniels. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. He's going to be out of bounds, but he's got the 1st down. A pickup of 8.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. as they continue to wear this defense out. They have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that be a bit of a letdown.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is Daniels. That's going to be incomplete. And they'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up the key 3rd down?
They run over center with Robinson. And he'll be taken down. That's going to do it. That's the last play of the 1st quarter. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up 1st downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion. Continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
On 1st down, Daniels. Left side, it's caught by Brown. And he's going to be taken down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. To the 5-yard line. Here now, 2nd down and goal. They'll throw with Daniels. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception. But in this case, it's the 1st half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
It's the 1st run of the game for Bijan Robinson. He'll gain 3 out of this, up to the 23. Two minutes remain in a scoreless 1st half. Greg and I back to Atlanta in a moment. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll go again with Robinson. And pick up 3 or maybe 4. It was Jeremy Chin that time up to make the stop. On 3rd down, it's Robinson. And that's going to be enough for a 1st down, taking this to the 34. Another run here for Robinson. And he'll manage only the 34-yard line. He's brought down after a short gain. Here's a 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. The reception for Rondale Moore. He's taken down just shy of midfield.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Now he'll run.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on 1st down.
He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. London brought in motion. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Now the Falcons will use their 3rd final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in half number 1.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. Set to go now on 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. So no scoring as of yet. Nothing here at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, we're Jonathan Coachman as our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you very much. These 2 offensive coordinators, they have been busy. What can they do to generate some offense in the 2nd half to come? Defenses control the 1st half, but when will we see some points? Hopefully soon, as this 3rd quarter begins. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line. A 1st down throw for Cousins. And he's downfield to the tight end Pitts. On 1st down, Cousins. Now, deep ball for London. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Drake London was the intended receiver there. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Cousins. That one is caught by Mooney. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Now, Cousins. That's complete. He's got it to London. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. A big one there on third down, good for 26 yards. So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. Thrown quickly, that's more on the RPO.
Nice job there, getting the ball to your slot receiver and then letting him get to work. It's a nice feeling as a quarterback when you can just have a short throw and still result in a big game.
And he can't get away. Down he goes, back to the 16.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive. And what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
Cousins out of the gun on third down. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the veteran linebacker, Bobby Wagner.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
The motion man here is McClure. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Now Robinson. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up third down. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He's got a man, it's McClure. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They get 25 on that connection. Good for a Commander's first down. They'll run with Robinson. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 2. Off the RPO, this one to McLaurin. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Working out of the gun, it's Daniel. No one open, he'll drop it to his running back. And he's close to another first down. He's brought down just shy of the marker.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel in. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal now. Tackle made at the 9.
You never know which play is going to be the one that sways the game in your favor, and that could be it right there. I mean, to set up 1st and goal with that last pass completion, now they can really take their time. There is an element of working some of this clock down. You know you at least have a field goal try, if not a...
And he will power his way into the end zone. Austin Eckler. Touchdown, Commanders. Zane Gonzalez on for the point after. He's got it. And the Commanders will take a 7-0 lead. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. Couldn't take the chance. They're going to return it from the goal line. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Penix. That's complete. Some more on the right side. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Here comes 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. It's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
On 3rd and 1, here's Penix. That one on target to Moore. 2nd time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a 1st down. Here's Robinson. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. And that would be the dagger. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin.
I can say
every snap in the NFL is an opportunity to have a lesson learned, and sometimes the lessons come a little bit harder than others. In this case, they kind of fool them with their blitz package. It's a little bit more complex at the NFL level than it is necessarily in college, and I think he just got a first-hand taste of just how fast this pressure can get on you. Sometimes when it speeds up that clock, you can make a bad throw.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. It's a give up the middle to Robinson. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first. Clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on third down.
The motion man here is McClure. Here's Robinson. He will have the Commanders' first down. They're able to convert on 3rd and short, picking up 4.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. The motion man here is McClure. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield. So, a win here on the road for the Commanders. Just the 1 touchdown in this one, but they made it hold up. They escaped with a 7-0 victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. We are just east of the U.S. Capitol, about 8 miles or so, at the home of the Commanders, Northwest Stadium in Landover. So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it. They'll take over at the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Daniels starts with a pass. A pass complete to Noah Brown. He's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. Second and a yard.
Here we go.
Yet another Alabama back in the league. This is Brian Robinson.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
On 1st and 10, here's Daniels. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and And it'll set up second down.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On the ground is Robinson. He'll edge forward for maybe a yard. It was Jeremy Chin that time up to make the stop. Third and 9. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
Taken at about the 6. And it's a decent return. Gets some of that yardage back before he's forced out of bounds. The motion man here is McClure. A run here with the veteran. It's Austin Eckler. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. That one is brought in by Terry McClure. 3rd down, 3 to go. Daniels now going to look to throw. He dives, and what a catch for the 1st down. On the draw, it is Eckler. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Shotgun draw, trying to catch him off guard here, Mike, but the defense was having none of it. Thought it took a little too long to develop. Gave that defense enough time to get back there, stop him for no gain.
On play action, Daniels. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
So we've come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. More after this. You're watching the NFL right here on EA Sports.
Ready, set.
3rd and 5. To throw is Daniels. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself. But they were able to rally to the ball. And I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
They'll indeed go. It's Daniels. He's got his tight end. There's Ertz. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now Daniels. Got his man at the 6. And he will get into the end zone. Austin Seibert now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Commanders will take a 7-0 lead. Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready? Come on.
Daniels now on 1st down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
They've been a little up and down in this first half. I mean, they have less than 80 yards of total offense and halftime looms. So missed throws like that, those are missed opportunities. They've got to hit the plays when they have them. They want to have a chance to...
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Washington.
So often it just comes down to decision-making. And while you understand there's going to be ups and downs and ebbs and flows anytime you're dealing with a young rookie quarterback, the reality is he wants to play well here at home. Maybe he's pressing a little bit, but he wants his fans at his home crowd to be behind him and support him. That's going to come. That's going to be all in due time. Here today, he's got to worry about just play well and execute at the quarterback position. Everything else will take care of itself.
Now they'll set up the screen to Eckler. They smelled the screen and took care of it. Blown up in the backfield.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. On the handoff, this is Eckler. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Throwing is Daniels. Pressure gets there, and down he goes. Field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. That is brought in at the 10. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down, and it's a big letdown there defensively. Somehow they allow them to convert on 4th and long. Marked down at the 6. 2nd and goal. Hard running close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him just short. Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's 3rd and goal. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts. Here's Austin Seibert now to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. Seibert's kick is good. So here at halftime, it's the visitors, the Commanders, who are out on top. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. This is fielded inside the 5. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Here we go.
Throwing now, Daniels. Rush comes, they're setting up the screen. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
As a pass rusher, you don't always need to record a sack to make your presence felt. Creating pressure, move the quarterback, affect his timing. Those are all different ways to take pressure off your coverage unit.
And that is incomplete. Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one. And that's going to lead to a fourth down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average. And frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on fourth down. They'll go. Here's Daniels. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the veteran linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
So you find yourself with a lead here in the second half, and up until this point, I think he's done a pretty good job being a contributor to that, but you don't want to give the defense a chance to spark the comeback. You're trying to put him away late, protect the ball, safe throws. Don't be afraid to get to your check down. One bad read, one forced throw can be all you need to flip this game on his head and find yourself going with
that one intercepted. His offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit overeager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. Now, there's a lot of football left, Mike. They can still get back into this. They just have to be a little bit smarter about which risks you're willing to take.
They'll go play action here with Daniels. And that is incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Here's a run with Eckler. He'll get in behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. The veteran Bobby Wagner in there on the stop. They need to get this to the 23. Here's third down.
Ready? Cowboy 80.
They'll throw with Daniels. That's McLaurin open on the left side.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a fourth down decision to make.
The offense is out there. 4th and inches.
65 catch, 65 catch.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He manages to get the throw away and completes it.
I don't think the back was the primary target on this play, but just a great job by the quarterback understanding it's 4th down. I've got to get this ball out of my hand and give our offense a chance at converting, and it's exactly what he's able to do by getting it to his back and letting him pick up the rest.
1st and 10.
Come on.
Here's Daniels. He finds the veteran Ertz. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
60-6, 60-6.
The air again is Daniels. That's going to be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this 3rd quarter.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but it still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
On 3rd down, here is Eckler. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this 3rd quarter. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They can still pick up a 1st down here. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down.
Let's go now.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That's hauled in at the 2. And they will get the conversion. He's tackled down near the goal line, so it's not a touchdown, but it will be 1st and goal.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They've got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. From a yard deep, he's going to bring it out. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
Sit down.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
They just have to be better on first down. They've got to find a way to continue to operate ahead of the sticks, and I don't mind throwing it on first down. That is the best down in football to attempt to pass, but if they don't protect the passer, none of it's going to matter. It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
Here's 3rd and 7. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. And that is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Here we go.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He'll get this one complete to Brown. And it's going to be a Commanders' first down as they find a way to convert on 4th and 6. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Daniels going to throw again. They'll look to set up the screen here. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. 2 first downs, and they're at the 46 now. It's 1st and 10. Keep it in the air. Here's that's 3.
That's a weak-ass pass, Mo. What the fuck?
Intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they...
The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Daniels now going to look to throw. And as he threw it, the pass is incomplete.
The relationship between the pass rush and the pass coverage is critical. The better you rush the passer, the more pressure you can take off your coverage, and that's a great example why.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Third and long, and here's Daniels. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts, and they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ballgame. The offense staying out there for this 4th down.
79 Broncos.
They'll indeed go. It's Daniels. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Just think back to a few plays ago, Mike. This offense is finding themselves entering the red zone. It looked like we're about to see a touchdown, but that's how fast things can change in this game. The defense finds themselves with their back against the wall, coming up with a huge 4th down stop. Not only do they keep points off the board, but it's nicer to do it when you come off with the ball in your hand.
Let's go now.
The RPO, this one to McLaurin. Can he get away? No, he's taken down.
I ain't want to play this, guy. This shit dumb. I don't want to play my team for. Copy it up.
Built on the side of a former piano factory, there's been plenty of music made on the field here in the decade since it opened back in 1998. Welcome everyone to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Justin Tucker has this all teed up, and we're underway from the bank. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Daniel's going to throw to get us started. Oh, it's intercepted. What a start. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens take over just inside the 40. They're at the opposing 39. Oh, baby, this stadium was already loud to start this game, Brock, but that play, it's in an absolute uproar now.
And the one thing you want to do as an opposing team is quiet the crowd, especially as a quarterback. It's your job to quiet that home crowd, but an interception, well, it does nothing but add fuel to the fire. A fever pitch now as the offense takes the field, looking for an early lead.
Jackson looking to throw right away. Finds his man. It's Rashad Bateman. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And he's able to fight this down to the 2. Working quickly here. This is Henry on second. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again. Offense up to the line fast. Turning to Henry on third. And he's in for the touchdown. The Ravens parlay the interception into points. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. So the Ravens will try for 2. Jackson throwing for it. And that's brought in for 2, Brock. That's going to put him up 8-0. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. This one taken in by Zacchaeus. And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
They crush him right near the marker. Looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit. Shotgun snap to Daniels. That's complete. Here's Brown. A solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out.
That's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second and 6 coming up here. First carry now for Austin Eckler. Into the 2nd level past the 30. And he's going to get it down to the 18-yard line. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st. Working inside the red zone. He's on the move. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
But that throw just gets away from the quarterback a little bit. He couldn't stay in the field to play. It's tough to blame him, though. He's got to leave the pocket, and he really had some tough circumstances to try and push that one down the field.
This is hauled in by McLaurin. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to the bank in just a moment. Commander's ball as we get back for the seconds, and they're thinking points. Daniels throwing on third. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Ravens are finally tackled after a big return. They're going to have the football beyond their own 30 following the turnover. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
First and 10. Here's Jackson. This is caught by Isaiah Likely. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains. First and 10 after that last highlights. They're at the 30. Lamar off the play fake. Bails out of the pocket quick. Falls to the ground now left, incomplete.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting the completion in that area, and not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
From the gun, Jackson. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Ravens gonna give it another go, trying for 2. Jackson yet again. Escapes out to the left. Nothing doing on that 2-point opportunity. A fail on the conversion.
Well, maybe some second guessing of that play after the miss. I think it was just an instant of the defense guessing the call correctly, right on the spot.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a first and 10. Daniels from the pistol. He gets this one to McLaurin. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got second and 4. From the 36. And all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Out of the gun, Daniels. That's caught for the first. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Let's go now.
Again, Daniels to the air. That's him on the quick hitter. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that creates space, just find a way to get him the ball.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. It's the Commanders with 2nd and 6. Complete, it's McLaurin. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I wish everybody had the opportunity to feel how fast that decision is made. With that RPO, it is a split second. And when you make the incorrect read, that play's busted up before it ever has a chance to start.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So that brings up 4th and long.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. They're going for this. He's throwing deep to the left side. That's grabbed inside the 30. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. One of their biggest plays of the game, and it comes on a 4th down gamble. Daniels on first down. That's complete. McLaurin along the sideline. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
Here we go. First ball leading.
Now the shotgun give to Eckler. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down. The Commanders in the hurry-up. They're hustling for the line. On the gun, it's Daniels. And he will score. It's a Washington touchdown.
Looking like
The Commanders make it a 1-score game before halftime. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position could be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Fielded just shy of the end zone. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime. First down. Here's Lamar. That one's out to the sideline. He's got it inbounds. Nice toe drag there, but we do have a flag on the play. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no. It's got to come back. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Lamar out of the pistol. Escapes the pocket. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. He's back to throw. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. A final throw before the break. He throws a bullet deep to the right. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked by Derek Forrest. And the Commanders do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Now Gonzalez on to kick this one away. Returnable from the 1. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Pistol snap to Jackson. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up. Throwing again is Lamar. Complete Derrick Henry. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Third and 2. Here's Jackson. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
1st and 10 now from the 30. And again, it's Jackson. He's going to push one deep down the right. That's complete.
Come on, Joe. That's taking shit.
And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. Hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive. You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams would call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Jackson's gonna throw again. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. That's much too high and out of the end zone, incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that really well covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Again, it's Jackson to the air. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. Jeremy Chin has got it. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that'll be good for a Washington first. Going right side, Robinson with it. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Well, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
To go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. Another carry for Robinson. Driving forward, but won't get beyond the line. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. No gain on the play, and it brings up 37.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Ravens bring an extra DB out there. 3rd down coming up. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Nate Wiggins has got it. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
First down throw for Jackson. He puts some juice on a deep throw.
Get the fuck out of here, Mo.
Inside the 15. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens parlay the interception into points. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. Jackson throwing for it. And he can't connect with his man, so they tried for 2, but it doesn't work out. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he'll get it up to the 44. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Commanders football, and they'll get to work coming into the quarter trailing. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Play fake here, Daniels. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Now Daniels off the play action. He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
This is hauled in by McLaurin. And they make the tackle at the 38. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Has it at the 7. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 35 out of that one. And that will set up first and goal. Here's Robinson. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3. Offense in the hurry up here. Once more, it's Robinson. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Commanders down by a very unlucky 13. Buckle up, it's third and goal. And he hits a wall at the line and goes nowhere.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. And this is cut for a score, and we are not done here yet. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on fourth and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders get it back to within 6. We're down inside the final 90 seconds as they line up for the all-important onside kick. And no dice on this kick. The Ravens recover. Needed to try it. We all get it, but didn't work. Still now have those 3 timeouts to fall back on.
They did need to try it, but I think there is a school of thought of, hey, also kick it deep with those 3 timeouts. So now your defense can't give up a yard. Right now, you've really burdened your defense to get a quick stop, a quick stop, a quick stop, and make sure they do not give up any yardage to this opposing offense.
Let's go defense. On the 44-yard line now, first and 10. Here's Henry running left. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first.
You call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's first and 10. Running once more with Henry. He's up again. He does it. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens make it a 2-possession game here in the 4th. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. He's throwing for it. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
Those defenders, they're just as excited as the fans when the offense signals they're going for two. It's a chance to directly keep points off the board, really show some of that swagger that good defenses have.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Here we go. Go, go.
Daniels from the pistol. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. They're going play action. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their fourth interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. One interception, it sticks with you all week long, but throwing four, he probably wishes he could.
He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Quan Martin with the pick. And the Commanders get it back up close to their 40 as he's finally tracked down after that return. Oh my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a third in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball, because these secondaries are locked in.
Daniels on first down. He'll get this one to Brown. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. The Commanders in the hurry up. They're hustling for the line. 2nd and 8. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run. On first down, here's Daniels. Finds his target, Robinson. And he goes out a little short of the 40.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative in first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
One final shot here. Taking a final shot at the end zone. And that pass falls incomplete. Well, they kept trying. They kept taking shots at the very end. But now we have reached that end. This one's over. So in front of a flock of fans in the stands, the Ravens get the win at home. They did their part, Brock, defending the home field.
We got one more game left in me.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the ladder when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Here's the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. And he returns this to the 22. First play, and Hurts looking to throw it. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We'll have to see what kind of looks this defense is going to throw at them as this game moves along, but they're in a zone to start. I do think we'll see plenty of man coverage as we move along, but the first throw of this one, incomplete.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. Out left to Dotson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Goddard. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Hurts. This is Smith with a grab. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Second and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jahan Dotson from 21 yards away. And the Eagles will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Daniels looking to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So already trailing, Charles, they opted to try to take a shot on the...